Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy, this time with a Starcraft 2 replay for you, as we have a great engagement in between two of my favorite players. The favorite Terran, of course, being here Maru, who is spawning in the upper left part as the red Terran, and his opponent none other than the winner of the recent GSL in the lower right in the blue. It is Rogue. So this game has been played in 2022, so very recent replay here for you guys. Okay, let's just say it's Terran versus Zerg. Let's have a look at the build orders, at what exactly the players have prepared for us. Yeah, looking like Maru, really standard here, not sending at an SCV, but hold on, he's actually opening up here pretty standard, leaving his ramp open, not deciding to block here the entrance. So yeah, supply depot into barracks, pretty standard. No proxy barracks this time from him. He's of course known for his proxy barracks. This is exactly why Rogue is just moving out here with his overlords. Interesting enough, already searching for those proxies. And in case you're new to StarCraft 2, if I'm saying proxy, I of course mean some hidden barracks for the Terran. Remember, of course, Terrans can build wherever they want on the map. They don't need creep, they don't need pylons for it, so they can pretty much just walk in a SCV and just build a barracks or two hidden here. Could have been an interesting option. Now a Rogue opening up here pretty standard with his extractor into spawning pool, and there is also here his expansion. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, just a pretty standard stuff. We have of course the first Reaper also being produced by Maru. Lots and lots of Terrans do this just to harass the mineral line, just to harass some Zerglings, just to be as annoying as possible. But all of that harassment will of course end in case the Zerg will have that first queen. Now yeah, speed is also being done. You can once again see here in the upper left part the production tab in case I'm missing something. We see the APM, we see the army here. So yeah, a nice overlay which I have found here. Really good for me. So yeah, the Zerglings hold the ramp. They are moving slowly but steadily out. The overlords are nicely being spreaded. Notice how he leaves them in the middle of the map just to see when exactly that Reaper is going to go out. And currently we only have one SCV, which I'm pretty sure has scouted this expansion. So Maru is also going here for his expansion. Let's have a look. His Reaper still not deciding to harass the mineral line, as is now finally moving out. No, look at that, he's just waiting here. So he knows that pretty soon Rogue will of course have the queen out. Yeah, there it is. As Rogue should of course spread that creep as fast as possible. And look at that, at the not even 3-minute mark, but at 2 and 40-second mark, Rogue already having here his second expansion. So pretty soon to be a 3-base Zerg versus a 2-base Terran. Let's have a look at the main from Maru. He's going into a 1-1 build order, so this means 1 barracks, 1 factory and 1 starport. Of course starport much needed for those medivacs. Currently we see some Hellions. In comes Rogue with some of those Zerglings, but there is of course no passing here, as 1 Marine and 1 Reaper is able to hold the position. Now the Hellions here will be a great counter against those drones. Maru just needs a good position, but yeah, Rogue is just waiting for him with those queens. Now if those Hellions are really fast, they could drive here by, they could perhaps cause some damage here, but Rogue defending here of course with his queens, as I don't see an army move out yet by Maru. There is his first army move out with just 2 Hellions and 1 Reaper. Let's have a look if it's going to make something happen. 2 more Reapers, sorry, 2 more Hellions are being made. Perhaps Maru should wait for his 4 Hellions here, but yeah, who am I to tell? Maru, one of the greatest Terrans there is, he's just poking around, just killing a queen egg. And yeah, currently Rogue with 3 queens here, building of course another queen just to have those defenses. And now Maru just regrouping somewhere else. He really wants to damage Rogue's economy. Let's have a look at the workers. Rogue of course with 7 more workers against his opponent. And yeah, look at that, the spread of those overlords are really just outstandingly nice here by Rogue. So he knows exactly when Maru or any other of his opponents is moving his here forward. He has even speed upgraded for those overlords, nicely spread, even having here an overlord, because he knows of course that Terrans really like to go for medivacs with Marines, just to drop them here, just to harass the line. And yeah, interestingly enough, there is not that many bunkers sorry, barracks being made by Maru, but look at that, now he's finally going into barracks. He might transition into some medivacs. Yeah, Maru still tries to find a good position. Let's have a look. A really strong move out here, this time with 8 Hellions and 1 Reaper. This could cause some great damage against the economy from Rogue. Rogue sees this, moves out his queens. So yeah, he's pretty much aware, even the Overlord now chasing those units. So yeah, let's have a look. There is actually one Liberator. I completely missed this one. And we also have another unit here, a Viking. So Maru, interesting enough, trying to damage the economy, but at the same time now finally he's moving out with those Hellions. So nice attack here by Maru. Let's have a look. The drones have already been brought to safety here, and the Hellions are being surrounded by Zerglings and Queens. So sadly here for Maru, that didn't work out well. Let's have a look. Is this one Viking perhaps going to kill some drones? Yes, 2 drones have been killed. Actually 6 for this one hero Viking. So nice job by Maru. But in the end, remember, he did lose all of those Hellions to Zerglings and Queens. And even the Liberator has fallen as well. So interesting tactic here by him. Rarely seen with a Liberator and a Viking. Perhaps some medivacs would have been a stronger option here for him, but I guess he's just experimenting here against Rogue. Rogue, we saw a Spire, yes indeed, so Rogue is going for those Mutalisk, and now we finally see Steam Pack being finished. So I guess Maru just waited for that Steam Pack. Now he's going heavily into Marines, also taking here his expansion. Same can be said here for Rogue. He took this expansion and also taking this expansion, so nice job here by him. Yeah, now finally Maru going into those medivacs, going into Marines, just like all the Terrans do. So yeah, let's have a look at the next steps. Of course, Banshees could have also been a nice option. We've seen Innovation do Banshee rushes against Zergs. Banshees, of course, with that cloaking device, really strong against any Terran. But yeah, let's just move back, as we have a small army move out by Maru with Stim. He might be able to cancel this expansion. No Queens are nearby. Finally, now they're moving on with some Zerglings. So yeah, Stim Marines really strong, dealing so much damage. And interesting enough, Rogue not being able to cancel that. I guess he was busy microing those Zerglings, killing 5 SCVs. But yeah, losing that hatchery, not cancelling, and even losing some Queen eggs. So the Queen, the spread of the creep will be cancelled as well. But Maru this time not paying attention. He might have been busy here with the microing his units, losing all of those Marines. We even have a dancing SCV here. Marines on the high ground, finally being able to chase those Zerglings back. But 8 SCVs have been killed worker-wise. Rogue with 10 more workers here against his opponent, and a big ball of Zerglings are moving forward. We have medivacs, we have Marines on standby, and they should be able to fend this off. We also have a nice mine here. So mine's a great counter against any Zergs if you are a Terran player. And yeah, let's have a look. I believe we also have the first Mutalisk now out. So yeah, Mutalisk really fast, but those mines would be really strong against them. And yeah, let's have a look if they could be able to damage this location. Perhaps no anti-air here for Maru, so he might lose some SCVs as in come the first Mutalisk. Let's have a look. Some Marines are also moving here forward. There's this one mine. 2 SCVs have fallen, 3 actually, as Rogue is retreating. At the same time, in comes Maru with his 10 Marines. But yeah, I guess he's just retreating, knowing that those Mutalisks can come back for him. But yeah, Rogue is just regrouping his Mutalisks. So many Mutalisks here. But remember, those mines will also take so much splash damage against them. Now once again, Maru is stimming up. There's so many Queens waiting for him. So he has to retreat. And he always have to fear those Mutalisk in the air, as they're really mobile, they're really fast. Of course, they're kind of squishy against the Terran, especially against Taurs, especially against mines and even ghosts. I'm curious to see if Maru is going to go for some ghosts. Some battlecruiser would be a nice, interesting and early idea, as now Rogue is deciding to kill one supply depot, perhaps just to allow some Zerglings to move here forward and damage the economy from the Terran. And here we go once again, those Mutalisks. So much more mobility here for Rogue, as he's just moving here forward. No turrets for the Terran, as he's just relying pretty much on Marines with mines. Let's have a look at this small army composition here. Maru is teaming up. He really wants to intercept those Mutalisks, but yeah, Rogue with a great micro, having the vision with those overlords, knowing exactly how to evade this, and he might once again try to attack this expansion. We do have one turret up. Rogue is once again regrouping, but now taking so much damage out of those mines. He really needs an overseer really fast just to kill those mines. So yeah, in comes actually with 4 overseers. So yeah, Rogue's thinking about everything. And yes, scans are of course going out. We also see this Zerg Composure. Look at that mine really dealing so much damage. And yeah, Rogue just moving back and forth. Now in comes his Mutalisk once again. Goes for the first turret, goes for those SCVs. Dealing so much damage here against his opponent. But yeah, in the end, just retreating, just abusing the fact that those Mutalisk are so fast. And he's just also waiting for those Zerglings to move here forward. This could have been a nice attempt, but look at that, Maru already prepared with 1 mine. So yeah, Maru also nicely defending here against Rogue. Rogue already at 90 workers, really strong stuff here by him. So yeah, Maru really needs to make something happen. Of course, expanding here as well. As Rogue seems to be regrouping, he seems to be wanting to snipe those mines. Yeah, really nice job here by him. He might snipe those here as well, but Maru already waiting for him with some Marines. Let's see if he's going to join with some Banelings just to bust here through. It might be a good idea for Rogue. Maru still on the defense, still having those turrets up, leaving of course some units here for defensive purposes, as once again Rogue is moving forward. There's 2 turrets waiting for him, but the main is not that really much protected as the turrets are falling really quick. Maru has to pick up his units into that medivacs, and now finally some SCVs could have been sniped. No, just deciding to move forward. We finally see a Tor now being added by Maru, and those engineering, they could suffer here. They might cancel some upgrades, but no, it's just passing here through, just showing his presence. But he needs to be careful against those mines. Luckily for him, he has those overseers. If not, he would have been really bad against him finally. And he's trying to snipe more and more. His Zerglings are being pushed back by those Marines. So yeah, Rogue just passing here through. We also see the losses in minerals pretty much the same here for both players. Such a nice balanced game in between these 2 pros. But now a big ball of Rogue is moving here forward. Some mines could get some connections. Yeah, it looks like Rogue is going to commit here. His Zerglings are in the front. Maru is steaming up in from the Banelings from the back, but Maru is nicely kiting and spreading those Marines. Great micro here by him. In the end, still some Mutalisk are being left alive, but that was just such an insane micro here by Maru. At the same time, he's moving here forward. It looked like he's going to snap this hatchery really quick. So nice hold by Maru, and not only that, but he also sniped the hatchery at the same time. Sadly for him, he did lose 9 SCVs. Some reinforcements are pouring in, but Maru should of course be able to hold this. And yeah, worker wise, we actually see still of course the Zerg having 20 more workers against his opponent. The Tor is sadly for Maru being surrounded, as those Mutalisk are now finally being fended off after they have snapped a medivac or 2. So yeah, the upgrades are being finished. Good job here by Maru, as Rogue has to lick his wounds. Of course, he did lose the expansion, but he decides to expand here in the upper right part. Let's have a look once again. Rogue on the move out with his Mutalisk. Not that really many Mutalisk, but he's also always forcing a pullback by the Terran. So he's attacking on 2 fronts here, in this front here as well. Let's have a look if he's going to snipe some SCVs. Currently just the turrets are being attacked as he's just moving here forward. The Zerglings are also move here forward just to attack those SCVs. 3 SCVs have been killed. Some units are being damaged here as well. And yeah, let's have a look at the next targets here for Rogue. 6 SCVs have been killed. The Zerglings are still around here. They should be cleared by Maru. But yeah, even some medivacs have been killed. 1 engineering bay has fallen. So Rogue still abusing here the facts, still showing his presence with those Mutalisk. Nice job. And at the same time, with this presence here, he's not allowing Maru to attack, to move out. So Maru just has to leave a small force, a small attacking force consisting of some 2 Marauders, some Marines, 1 Tor, and yeah, he just pretty much has to spread his units. And yeah, now even 18 SCVs have fallen here, so Maru in some serious trouble. Those Mutalisk really dealing so much damage against him, so he has to move out, spreading here his Marines, spreading his Marauder against those Banelings. And more SCVs are sadly falling here for Maru. So yeah, what a great abusement here. Rogue showing us the strengths of those Mutalisk in the air, even sniping some medivacs, even sniping 1 or 2 marine. Every kill counts, of course, as he's just roaming around here. He might even snipe some medivacs, but pretty much he's being surrounded by marines, by Taurs. And yeah, is there a way out here for Rogue, as even the Tor ship is coming here through? Look at that, such a nice move by Maru, but Maru still keeps losing SCVs. 7 more SCVs have fallen. 15 SCVs now against 94, 95 drones, as we see those Zerglings pouring in now against Maru. Is Maru somehow going to come back here? His economy has suffered really great losses. He did snipe his hatchery, but it's of course now back online. He did of course also snipe some Mutalisk. 3 overseers have fallen as well. And yeah, it's a nice Zergling Mutalisk gameplay here by Rogue. Really great stuff here by him, just sniping unit after unit, sniping supply depot, even an engineering bay. And now it's looking like he's going to defend, but Maru with a really strong force, lots and lots of marauders, Taurs, not that many marines I see. Well, he's just going massive into marauders with Taurs and medivacs, so such a strong push by him. Let's have a look. Taurs, of course, just to counter the Mutalisk, but in comes the forces here from Rogue from behind, sniping those liberators. Nice spread here by Maru. And now we even have Ultalisk here. Ultalisk, very tanky unit, so much splash damage out of it. And there's so much damage going on left and right here. Maru has to regroup. He's now steaming up, he's attacking. The Taurs are attacking here as well. So it's just a couple of Mutalisk now being left here, interesting enough for Rogue. So all of a sudden the army, of course, for Maru looking really scary. He just sniped those 2 hatcheries really quick as he's regrouping now and healing. So yeah, army-wise, Maru still strong. He only has 58 workers, but his army is much bigger than his opponent. So this is exactly why Rogue once again tries to abuse his Mutalisk. Now some Zerglings have poured in, but Maru just picks up his units and decides to retreat. This is where the Mutalisk could come in and attack, but of course we have Taurs. And now once again a great attack here in the middle of the map. But yeah, Maru pretty much showing his dominance here. His army is much bigger, like I told you, and he's just keeping sniping unit after unit. So Maru, after sniping the hatchery, now once again moving here forward, not allowing Rogue to expand all over the map, and slowly but steadily he's also regaining some workers. So nice stuff here by Maru with an interesting force. Marauders, it was massively Marauders. Now he added some marines. And interesting enough, he is not going for ghosts. Ghosts could have been an interesting addition. I see many Terrans go for ghosts, but then again, I'm sure Maru knows exactly what he's doing. And slowly but steadily, we're closing at a 20-minute mark. Such an interesting game. At one point, when I saw the 50 workers for Maru and the 95 workers for Rogue, I was thinking that it was pretty much over, but Maru always having the strength to come back, as he's now kiting his units nicely back and forward, trying to snipe one Baning after the another. And let's have a look once again. Rogue with his Mutalisk flies here over, not that many defenses. He might snipe now some production buildings. At the same time he's moving here forward with those Banings, but Baning is not really getting any connection, as this one Ultalisk just blocks them here, so the forces will fall. But lots and lots of damage. One barracks has fallen, the second one has fallen here as well. So now the production buildings are being attacked by Rogue. Yeah, such a hard game for any Terran just to move your forces here. Perhaps a Viking would have been an interesting idea, but hold on, we have a drop here against Rogue. Those mines are dealing great damage. 6 drones have been killed. Nice addition with those mines. And yeah, so much action going on here throughout the map. Maru, of course, attacking as well. His opponent is going to snipe some drones as well. At the same time, he's multitasking all over the map, attacking here as well. Another force is coming here. Perhaps he should snipe those Banings as fast as possible. Some of them will hatch. And the reinforcements are pretty much pouring in for all of those units. We even have a main attack here, but Rogue is going to fend this off with his Mutalisk. But look at that, 20 drones have been killed all over the map. Still some units here, still some mines. And even these mines could get some attack connections here. So yeah, let's have a look at the worker count. Somehow Maru has bounced back. Now only 10 workers behind, and Rogue needs to be careful. He still has no idea that those mines here could get some great attacks. Rogue might lose even more and more workers. Let's have a look. Only one, luckily here for him, only 3 actually. So yeah, lucky attack. But yes, once again, 2 SCVs have fallen. Maru still on the regrouping, still on the healing. And lots of Mutalisk are still alive here for Rogue. So yeah, as Rogue should be able now to kill those mines. Or is he? Does he have an Overseer? It's just some Ultralisk waiting for that Overseer. And yeah, finally there it is. So yeah, the Mutalisk really went really nicely here for Rogue, but Maru then again with his drops coming here back, cancelling those batteries, and once again he's moving out with his Steam Marines, with his Steam Marauders. And let's not forget those Tors. I don't see any Tors now being left here for him. And let's have a look. He's once again attacking on 2 fronts. The same can be said about Rogue early in this game, but now this small army composition here will of course be fended back. We once again see 12 kills, I believe, here into this location. So nice game here by Maru, and look at that, he is now balancing the force, the drone and the SCV force. Somehow Maru came back after being on a deficit of 40 workers. Such a crazy comeback here by him. Let's see, is he going to finally move out with his strong forces? Notice how he spreads once again his units, of course against Banelings and even of course against Ultralisk. Well, let's have a look what's going to happen here. Ultralisk are in the front, Zerglings as well. The Mutalisk are being kited a little bit back, now finally kiting. Maru is kiting here back towards his base. Some SCVs have to be pulled back. Oh yes, Rogue looks like he's fully committing here, even sniping these 1 SCVs. His Ultralisk are forcing the front, some SCVs have fallen. But yeah, lots and lots of splash damage as now Rogue retreats. Such a nice army composition here by him as well. Banelings into Ultralisk, into Mutalisk. So yeah, still no ghosts, interesting enough, for the Terran, as he's now going into source some Tors. Also no siege tanks for him, interesting enough. Let's have a look if this plan is going to work out here for Rogue and Maru, as pretty much both are at the same count, same supply. Only Rogue with a little bit more supply, but that doesn't have to say anything. Of course, if a mine gets a good connection against those Zerglings, of course 20 supply would just plummet as fast as possible. And let's have a look once again. Rogue on the attack, this time only with Mutalisk. He needs to pull back, taking some damage out of those mines. Here is his main force with Ultralisk, with Zerglings. And you can also see the upgrades here in case I'm missing something. So yeah, Ultralisk really tanky with those upgrades and with that splash damage. And let's have a look what exactly is going to happen as more and more Banelings are being prepared by Rogue, as he's now in the middle of the map. Still not having this expansion, this one as well as being cancelled. So yeah, hard game all of a sudden here for Rogue against Maru's mechanical and bio unit composition. Really interesting stuff. And yeah, Rogue deciding to answer with some Banelings, with some Zerglings, as he's now pouring in. I guess he really doesn't wish to allow Maru to attack, to expand here into this location. And yeah, regrouping here goes on for Rogue. The same can be said here for Maru. Maru just tries to find perhaps the high ground. Even pulling some SCVs, we might see a strong engagement here in between them. More and more Banelings are being morphed here by Rogue as the attack is going on. Some Liberators are in the air. Steam Marines, Steam Marauders, Force are attacking everything. Remember, Maru has the high ground. This could be his winning blow, but the Ultralisk also moving here forward really nicely. And more Banelings are now pouring in. Ultralisk can't really get a nice connection through, but 21 SCVs have been killed. I believe Maru even pulled those SCVs, and still 1 Ultralisk and those Mutalisk are in the air, as some Banelings will be snapped here. But look at that, 43, 44 kills against those SCVs. All of a sudden Maru only at 13 workers here. Of course, both players have pretty much suffered. But as I look at the army count, still those Mutalisk are being alive here. Some mines would have of course gotten some connections. So such a crazy engagement here. In the end, Rogue somehow being the victor here. I guess his Banelings really were the answer against the bio unit composition, even against those Tors. So yeah, and somehow those Mutalisk are still alive. So such a crazy game, as he's now adding some Ultralisk. And yeah, let's have a look. Zerglings are also pouring in here in the front. Actually, Zerglings are surrounding Maru, and sadly for Maru, I believe he just went off with his hands from the keyboard, knowing that with his 13 workers there is nothing he could have done. Interesting enough, he had the better position, he had the high ground in the last fight, but somehow Rogue just busting through with those Ultralisk in the front, with the backup by those Banings and not allowing those Mutalisk to fall, just securing him the victory. So such a nice game in between those two pro players. We actually see the losses. Look at that. Maru having less losses mineral-wise, and even less, actually more gas being lost, of course, thanks to those stores. And yeah, losses more, of course, for Rogue. And somehow Rogue coming back, having more workers. At one point I was thinking Maru would come back as he equalized the workers, but no, in the end Rogue just proving way much strong against his opponent this time. But yeah, let's have a look. If I find the whole series in between them, I will be of course casting it here on this channel. So yeah, once again I would like to thank you for watching. This is your host Tommy signing out.